Hey Gemini, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your June 2025 reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs. Check out your placements, all of your placements, to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching, or you yourself, Gemini, feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It is greatly appreciated. You have the Lovers. That's your card, so it's all about you. Give me a second, because this looks like I can't see anything. There we go. Cool. Lovers. As I was shuffling, I did see the Queen of Swords. So this could particularly be for the feminine energy. It doesn't have to be. Queen of Swords. I saw the Magician, the Fool card. Excuse me. You could be manifesting something brand new for yourself. I also did see the Knight of Wands. You could be dealing with an Aries, Sag, Leo. Have it in their chart, have it in your chart. Again, doesn't have to be, but the Knight of Wands is a card of taking action. Like somebody feels the impulse to do it, the passion to do something. So let's see. Speaking of the devil, we have the King of Wands, Aries, Sag, Leo energy. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about that just yet. So we'll wait till we clarify. The challenge is the High Priestess. So the challenge is either listening to your intuition or keeping something to yourself. Nine of Swords, somebody is stressed out, overthinking, sleepless nights. In the past, Empress, feminine energy. Growth, abundance, creating something, giving birth to something. There's the Magician that I was talking about that's on your mind. Yeah, you're manifesting something new. Something new. Let's just keep going. Death card is your outcome. So either a major change or maybe a significant ending. Let's see what the Lovers is. Why is the Lovers here for Gemini as their overall energy? King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, Capricorn energy with the Devil. Six of Wands at the bottom. Now, the Devil card with the Lovers. The Lovers is like the healthy version. The Devil is the Lovers card, but in an unhealthy way. Yeah, so there might be some sort of toxic situation that you're involved in. I don't know if there's maybe some sort of addiction or obsession or a fear that's tied into here. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, there's something tied over here to this King of Cups. That doesn't seem so great. Let's take out the Love Oracle cards. Passion, insane chemistry, like each other, equally having fun. And there it is. Addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. So is the attraction there? Yes. Is this a situation that is not very healthy? Yes. Why is the King of Wands here? Four of Wands, Queen of Cups. Now we have the King and Queen of Cups. and the Ace of Wands, Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so there seems to be this open-heartedness to something that's stable and secure. Maybe to start something up again with this Ace of Wands. It could be a more on a passionate note. I feel like there's also some sort of waiting or expectation. All right, let's just keep going. There could be like an apology that's coming through, or perhaps someone expressing their feelings. For the High Priestess, you have the Chariot, Cancer energy, the Strength card, more Leo energy. So we have Cancer and Leo, which is interesting because right after you would be Cancer, then Leo. Hey, sunshine. And then the Ten of Swords, Page of Wands at the bottom. You could be, your intuition could be pulling you in a particular direction, but there might be a little bit of a holding back. Maybe fear that something is going to hurt, like make you suffer, or that something is going to end. Yeah, or there is something here that's just the light at the end of the tunnel is there, but someone is just not really reaching for that. And I'm saying that, I mean, you could have, but right now in this reading, it's saying that that's the challenge. There could be something to do with animals, just because I'm looking at Alice over here with the flamingo, and then she's over here with this Bambi, this fawn, right? Is that a baby deer, fawn? I also feel like there is this sense of wanting to do something, but also trying to protect yourself. What is this Nine of Wands? Three of Cups, the Hierophant, the Nine of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles at the bottom. There is some stress here over either some sort of reconciliation, or there might be a decision of how do I explain this? Okay, in one sense, I get the feeling of something good is happening, right? Something that could have to do with your own sense of stability, maybe your finances, maybe just your sense of self-reliance. But there is stress over this. For some of you, it's about either reconciling or coming together with someone, or more focusing on yourself. I don't know if this is an internal battle, because I can't help but see these good cards clarifying a card of stress, anguish, etc. For some of you, it's feeling the need to do something for yourself. Kind of like maybe you have a new set of rules for yourself, or things that you believe in. Is someone stifling your own sense of strength, or blocking your path to something? Let me see. Let's keep going. For some of you, this could be not trusting someone or something. Why is the Empress here? We'll see in a second as we keep going. The Ten of Cups, the Tower, the King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Three of Wands. I feel like something was very definite in the past. Maybe this happy life, this harmony, this growth. Something could have happened all of a sudden. There could have been a breakdown of this. You could be dealing with another air sign. If it's not another air sign, this could be someone who is either aloof. Maybe somebody who wasn't putting more effort in the emotions department. I feel like you were left waiting in the past. For some, it's somebody's decision. For some of you, you felt like what you've built, somebody teared down. Why is the Magician here on your mind? The Seven of Cups, the Moon card, the Three of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. There's something here that's not very clear. That could be leaving you feeling confused. Maybe even that's why there's some worry here, because things aren't very clear. For some of you, this is about choosing somebody to work together with on something. I don't really feel like that's necessarily the case, but for some of you, this is wanting to work on things that don't seem clear. Work on things that might seem a little bit confusing. There's something off here. For some of you, you're working on something or with someone and pretending that everything is okay when it's not. And it could look like everything is okay, but internally something is saying no. Why is the Death card the outcome? Hey, Empress. Ace of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, and the Emperor, Aries energy. There's a King of Pentacles. Interesting, I don't see the Queen of Wands, because I'm seeing, right, the Queen of Pentacles just saw the King of Pentacles. King of Cups is here, Queen of Cups is here. You have the King of Wands. I don't see the pair for that. And then you have the King of Swords, which the Queen of Swords showed up while I was shuffling. She's just not here. So I feel like there's something here that either has left you feeling like you lost your mojo, you lost your passion, you lost your confidence. Maybe that's what you're trying to rebuild. Maybe you're recognizing that there's something that is not building upon this sense of security within yourself. Tell me a little bit more about this Ace of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the World card, the Five of Cups. I feel like that World card is a closing of some sort of cycle. Now, the World can represent travels, closure, accomplishments, a new you emerging, which I do feel like there was some sort of death and rebirth process. Because if in the past, the Empress, which is a card of pregnancy, is here, and then you have this World card, which the World card is kind of like the giving birth. So what was cooking here in the past is showing up as the outcome. And with this death card here, to me, it feels like it's a significant change within you. So there's either some sort of ending that brings some sadness. Maybe somebody's feeling regret. 9 of Wands. Yeah. There's an energy of feeling exhausted and tired, constantly persevering. I do get a sense of feeling alone at this. Like not feeling supported, feeling like you're the only one doing it. 7 of Swords, 2 of Wands. There could be some sort of avoidance of a decision, a choice. Maybe because you've invested in something for quite some time. 2 of Swords. Feeling like you're at a stalemate. For some of you, there's lack of proper communication. 5 of Swords. You feel like this 5 of Swords is a card of not trusting. It is also a card of feeling defeated. There could be issues with communication. Maybe lack of communication. Maybe their communication isn't, honest. 3 of Swords. I'm not even surprised. How do you have the 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords? What's 5 minus 2? 3. 3 of Swords. You've been hurt by this situation. This is not great. This is not healthy. I just keep getting this sense of like trying to make something work that is not working, but also at the same time trying to make something else work that maybe you think, if I make this work, then it'll help this. Let me give you an example. If this were a work situation, let's say there's, working on a project, and the people that you're working with, they just don't collaborate well. You can't get the job done. And you think, okay, you know what? I get that it's like that. I'm sure something will fix itself. Or maybe if I do this, I can help fix it. You know what? Let me focus on what it is that I can do. So if I do that, maybe that'll help fix the situation. Maybe if I do my part, somebody else will pick up their part, or that will make the teamwork easier because I'm working on. There's a lot going on here. If it's about a relationship, I feel like there's something here about going towards either a next level, and somebody is just not there, but you're ready to do that, and that just doesn't work, or there's a dead end here. Trying to see if this is something new. I don't think so. But let's say if it is something new, there's still some sort of hurt from the past. I don't think this is something new. The 6 of Cups is the card of the past, so. This sucks. this sucks because do I think there's emotions here? There's love, there's all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, the Oracle card says that there is as well. So does the Tarot. However, the question is this sustainable? There could be multiple people involved too, like a third party situation, or was. Something, I don't know, Gemini, I don't know. Something here just does not feel right, or it doesn't align with you. Somebody could be waiting on you to communicate with them, to let go of, I don't know, a boundary, or let go of being closed off. You could be putting up some sort of front of like, I I don't know if I want to work on this, or I don't know if, but internally it's a different story. It could be, if this is about a reconciliation, if somebody is waiting on you, they are, but I don't know. To me, just, is this time around different? So I feel like I want to say, yeah, it could be different, but it's not what you want. There's the Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. I feel like you're heavily contemplating on something that feels like it has roots, something that's secure, something that's long-term. You're not accepting anything less. Now, I feel like what you're dealing with is a situation that seems like, okay, great. If things are different, if somebody is showing that they're, up for taking charge, taking care, yes, the possibility is there. However, is it enough to erase things of the past? Is it enough to make up for other things? Is it enough? Because then there's something else that's just going to need to be worked on. And it's not like in a healthy sense where, let's say you're in a partnership and you're trying to rebuild that, and it's like, okay, let's work on this together. And you work on it together, but then there's something else, and the constant working on now something else and then something else becomes almost like, are we just changing people completely and they're not who they are? I feel like there's issues in even saying certain truths. Not that somebody is like lying, I mean, it could be, but it feels more of like there is something that wants to be said, but it's not being said. Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups, Queen of Swords. There's an emotional detachment, I feel like, on your part, on this feminine energy. The Judgment, the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Will things change? I feel like there's such a sense of dissatisfaction and a desire to just want to feel happy again. But there's this inability to cross this bridge. Either somebody feels a deep sadness or somebody is feeling some sort of regret. I feel like somebody also wants to take a break. They can't give anymore. Things are becoming a burden. It almost happens that way where it's like, okay, well, now I want to step back. Now I don't want to put any more effort. And then the other party comes to, well, now let's put effort. Now let's work on this. Let's see what your oracle cards say here for advice and clarity. Yes, karma in the end. I feel like there's a significant change as your outcome being the Death card. And I feel like it's because you step back into your power. You take this leadership role for yourself. Not leadership role in the connection, not leadership role in whatever situation. This is more like stepping up for yourself, what you have to do for you. I don't even know if I'm explaining myself properly. What is the advice for Gemini? If you're in search of new love, I feel like that's coming through. You have instinct and faith. Slowly but surely, success, victory and success. You might, if you're looking for someone new, you could meet a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Aries energy. Maybe somebody who feels a little more secure, more stable. Someone who does give you the attention, recognition, respect that you're looking for. But this is all when you close off some sort of cycle, whether in the physical realm or just within you, closing off a cycle where you're open to receiving what you deserve, which is this sense of stability and security. You're not over here trying to, what's the word? You're not over here trying to facilitate and overcompensate for someone's life. Because it could have been that in the past you put so much of yourself into someone, into something, and there was a lack of doing that for yourself, an abandonment of self, a neglect of self, and all of this hurt wasn't to purposely make you feel pain. It was just to make you aware that it wasn't aligning with you. So I feel like this situation is helping you to get back to you. Where do you feel a sense of security and stability? How do you provide that for yourself? All right, so let's read faith and instinct. Okay. Wolf climbs the treacherous rocks, his eyes always fixed on the high ground. During the time he prepared to be a guardian, his master trained him never to turn back. When we look behind, we sap the energy we are to use in the future, his master said. Wolf's defense is his instinct, and he senses danger. Hence, Wolf journeys on and does not look below for his enemies. He climbs unseen, For only those who seek a spirit guide can see him. And then there is faith. Peggy is terrified. She can't see past the wall in front of her, and it is preventing her from moving forward. She cries out for help. The great spirits appear and tell her that she's holding a royal purple brick, thinking it's a wall. They encourage her to place the brick down in the path and ask her not to give up on life. Peggy lowers the brick to the ground and courageously steps forward. Her future lights up. All right, so with these oracle cards for advice and clarity, to me this is looking like, Gemini, there is this path forward that you're going on. You know it though. You know it. You feel it. And it's asking you to have faith, to trust. But the issue is this, what's going to happen? There is uncertainty here. What's going to happen to me? Am I going to feel this way? Am I going to feel secure? Is this going to be an equal give and take? Am I going to blah, blah, blah? There's what ifs and all these questions when these oracle cards are saying, which I will read the description and the little question that it has in the short section, so be sure to check that out. These cards are saying, hold on, you're on the right path, okay? You're on the right path. There's no need to constantly look back. That doesn't matter. At this point, you're not writing a new chapter. You're not needing to revise the past. You're writing an entirely new book, is what you're doing here. So, Gemini. Okay, I'm going to go to the short section to read the little explanation. If it resonated, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.